Hey y'all, Grand Rising. This is going to be one quick message as I'm doing my morning meditation. I'm also doing a quick read, and a message came through that my guides want to deliver, and you know who you are. So, with no further ado, I thank the Michael for the shield protection as I make this read. May my energy stay intact, in full protection, in full force. So it is. All right. So I was pulling from my cards, the messages I've done, and I saw this. And I'm also in my Pinterest board, and it reads like this. There's like a message in Spanish. It says, hay personas a las que nunca les caerás bien porque tu espíritu irrita sus demonios. So based on that, it's saying there's people that you just never gonna click with them. You just never gonna be. There's nothing can happen from that person, from that situation. Nothing good. I wrote a message here, and it's significant to this, and it's tied to the message. It says forgiveness is accepting all truth and decisions people take, even if that means knowing all outcomes. Okay? When you walk away from someone or something harming, is a responsibility and acceptance when you walk away, right? Now I have the message here. And it says, feeling, this is them. Okay? Feeling like fools because they were all tricked by the devil. And I wrote here, devil is their own selves, their own unhealed trauma and actions. Okay? Devil is their own selves for thinking they could continue abusing others. They failed for the ego, thinking they were above all divine laws. Message. They can live with themselves. That's what I'm getting. That's what I got. They can live with themselves knowing all they did against me. It's, KILLING. Them tormenting them day and night. They wish you gave them a reason, or that you reacted or retaliated against them, because as they are sitting in front of the judge, there's nothing they can prove against you. And this is no normal judge. I'm hearing Anubis weighting their hearts, their actions. Okay? I'm hearing you did nothing but forgave them, dealt with the attacks like you were their target practice every day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Now all they want is to wish to turn back time, but they know deep inside that even if that was a possibility, they will do it all over again because they are unhealed, and that made their narc traits not allow them to take accountability to try and move on and heal themselves, right? So after this one right here, that's the one that like opened up to the whole message. And as I'm speaking, all of a sudden right now, when I was going to start to record, I see a muttering spirit. All right. So they're doing the most. They're still doing the most. They're still trying. They haven't changed. They're still trying to penetrate. Okay. And see what I got going on, and trying to abuse, right, on their powers, on their I'm hearing powers because they are doing it in a spiritual way, in a spiritual sense. They're doing magic, they're doing candle magic, and the monitoring spirit is like all over the place. It follows by they're all participating, now they're all receiving karma. Look, Wasn't I just saying spiritualists and spiritual like warfare, monitoring spirits? There it is, spiritual vampires. These people stay and compete and compare. They're always trying to compare themselves, and they base their lives, like they live your life, they live my life. They're always looking, monitoring, looking at me, seeing what I got going on, seeing if I have something going on and how they can mess that up and how they can come and I don't know, stagnate or something like that, right? Ancestors are proud of you beyond words. Okay, so the ancestors on it. They're in it. They're all over it. Someone or someone's bet it all and lost it all. That's where that feeling comes from. This is a confirmation. Look, I'm pulling them up. I already shuffled them. So you're just gonna have to believe me on that. I'm not gonna prove myself to you. Someone or someone's have lost it all because they bet it all. Look, a true magical soul, unlike other. The divine coexists within you. You are God's presence. Okay? That's who they came across. That's who they came at and attacked. Okay? A divine soul from God. God's chosen. They hide behind religion. Message. I'm hearing a coven, cult, individuals. Because these are not just family members. These things go beyond that. They think I'm not aware of it, but I am. All right? These are people that felt. Remember that I said they abuse their power? That's how they abuse their powers. These are spiritualists too, that do the same things, okay, quote unquote, as me. All right. But they found out, they've realized that they were based on ego, that they were not the real thing, that they're not real at all. Okay. They put a mask on and they steal things from people by using these supposedly spiritual gifts. Okay. I'm not saying that they don't have gifts. I'm saying they abused. Okay. They abused on these gifts. Okay. And I say supposedly because it's not your gifts, the gifts that God gives us is not for that. It's not to be used against others. Okay. Lo, you all rank these covens calls with your angelic essence. Okay. So these are the things that these people found out once they came across me, once they wanted to play who's bigger and badder and who's stronger. There it is. That, excuse my French, it's driving me crazy. Divine court, you hold reign to the spiritual court. Me speaking on this right now, they're already in judgment. They're already under judgment. I'm telling you that they're like in front of the judge, trying to come up with lies, talking lies. They're all they do is this, talk, and try to create scenarios where you were in a bad light, where you supposedly attacked them or you gave them a reason. That's why I said they're like miserable, trying to prove source, all God, source creator, that they were in the right by doing this. It's like they took it upon themselves to try to teach me a lesson and trying to prove to me that they were better than me. And I wasn't even placed in that competition fairly because I'm not here to compete, first of all. Second of all, I mean, that's what I know. That's what I see. And I will continue to do. I will never compare myself to nobody else. I can see if somebody's bigger than me, accept it and place honor to that person. I actually honor that person, and I ask the Most High to continue and give more and bless more that person, because I'm seeing it as a motivation. Because everything that you put on or project into others, that's exactly what's gonna come back. Okay, so I always make sure to make good use of my gifts. You are source of light, You are the foundation to help humanity. Many will be saved because of you. You are the blueprint to this. And this is not the first time that God, divine source, creator, has told them this. And they know this. The point that they're feeling the way they're feeling is because they're realizing that. They're realizing that, okay? They have done the most and they have done it all against me to try to shine me down, to try to push me away, to try to make me crazy and me to turn back on myself and me to betray myself. They've done it all. All right. All this with magic, all this with abuse, all this with candles and things and you name it. Okay. All those things. Remember that even just a thought against someone else, when you wishing something ill against someone else, even just you think it's nothing, right? Because it's a thought. Oh, here you are, here they are. So receive this. If you were not aware of this, if you were painted another thing and you think you can get away with everything, think again. All right. So I suggest for those who are starting, who are coming, who are feeling called, right, to a more, because being a spiritualist is not just about helping others. First of all, it starts with you, with helping yourself, with being a good human being, with being an example to yourself, with being a good person to yourself. If you do not love yourself, how, which is what it's going on with these people. They never loved themselves. They never respected themselves. They were sold something else. They wanted something else. They didn't want the bliss of this. They wanted the outcome. Okay, so they wanted the material things that they can get away with, with supposedly helping others. It was never by a choice, like a choice coming from you. They never chose to do this out of love. And it doesn't come from a place of love. It comes from a place of power, of egoistical ways. And they thought that they were above all. Anyways, it's destiny. It's that given by one who created it. Short word, yet it holds so much. My contract cannot be altered by no man. It is a sign. It is signed, sorry, but it's a sign. He wants me to say a sign too. Marked, delivered, and in action. So that's where I'm gonna live it. That's gonna live it. Live it. I'm gonna live it. There you go. Thank you. Thank you, Most High. Yes, I will live it. I will not pretend, portray, put on a mask. What you see is what you get. What you get is what you see. I have no reason to be what I'm not. There's no way that I can also. It doesn't come natural. Remember, when it's natural, the person will stick to being themselves or the same way forever. Yes, there's changes in the people. Yes, there's changes, but one thing that is going to stay the same is the essence of the person. Okay, so my essence has stayed the same. I've always been this way. Okay, I've always been a lover. I always been a nurturer. I always been a kind person, a loving person. Just the it's still the same. I just choose now. I know better, okay? By all these lessons that these people placed on me, that these people wanted to show me, I'm grateful. I'm grateful for God, not for them, because they chose wrong, because they shouldn't be this way. This is not the way to do things. But yet again, I mean, you serve your purpose, and there it is. Your purpose is now being seen, is being delivered, is being given to you, you being served. Thank you, says the Most High.